Hello. Sorry I'm late. Hello. Good morning. How's everybody? Saturday. I'm slowpoke today. I had a long work week this week, and then I made a video last night that it's not done yet. So, hi Robbie. Hello. And I don't like the shadow behind me. I'm in a different spot in my house right now, and then I'm like, oh, should I move? Well, no, because I'm already late getting over here. Hello from the East Coast, Bridget. Dia, good morning. Christy, Gary, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. It's a rough one for me for some reason. Hi Jessica. Hi Lenny. BF and Ria. Thank you guys. Glad you're here. I don't know. Is that shadow super annoying? I can't make it go away. If I turn this light on, then that's worse. That's worse. I can't see you. I can't see me. Hi Audrey. Hello from Florida, Mary. So how's everybody? Everybody still well? Taffy, good morning. Suzette, Jen Tracy, hello, hello, hello. So there's stuff, I'm gonna make a video about it because I started it last night. Hi, Mommy. Mommy D from Idaho. Thank you, Tracy. like ghost behind me. Oh, well, it's a crime channel, right? We got shadows. So this morning, I started, hi Slade. I started one last night about all the newer things that are up there, which really isn't huge, about the actual recording that they got on Lori and her lawyer, which, I'm like, oh man, dang, you know? Anyways, everybody, this is welcome. This is Left Undone. Welcome. If you are the first time here, thank you for joining us. We do this every Saturday morning, and it's our new routine for Saturday morning. And I was late today, but you know, I'll be here even if I'm late. I just moved my stuff to a different room. Hello from Mississippi, L. Walker, Audrey, Cheese Face. I love the names. I'm not as original. Good morning from Southern California, Dova. Are you wearing your mask everywhere you go? You can't go out without a mask, right? In Southern California right now? Or are you not going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. I did like a Walmart pickup and that's about it. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you got the notification too, Mary. So the recording of Lori and her lawyer, what do you guys think about that? I think it's going to be maybe a little technical issue, but hopefully not much. Rob, good morning. Not sure if you heard this. Attorney General has now taken the investigation into the death of Tammy Gable. I did. I was going to talk about that. I started putting that in my video last night. That is huge. Chad's going down, man. I think. Don't you? I think if Chad doesn't go down at this point, like whatever, I lost complete faith in the system. Yep. Who deleted what? Oh yeah, they deleted the message, Tracy. Sorry, I need to my coffee. Yeah, I hope he's going down. He does not deserve to be walking around like nothing's wrong with him. Oh, you know what? Is my sound okay? Because it's coming off of the laptop, and I didn't plug in my microphone. Is my sound okay? Let me plug in my microphone and see. Look at this. This is me on Saturday. I don't know if that's going to be more helpful or not. Probably not, because now the microphone's already working on that may not even take over. He's decorating his new trailer to sell it, hopefully. You hear me? Okay. Okay, good. Loud and clear. Okay, perfect. I don't know. This microphone, you know, it sounds better for like the podcast, this microphone I got, because then I have a program where you can actually take out like the rattly noises and the background noises and stuff. So it's probably not even necessary for the lives for me to use it. Um, because you guys said it's good. So hi, Trevor. Trevor. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor, $5. Keep it up. I'm keeping it up. Yeah. So I think this is gonna get bigger now with Chad. I think Mama D, my friends, I may have missed this, but is it still unknown if their marriage was legal or not? Nobody seems to be able to find any kind of legal document, like a marriage license or all that stuff is public. And no one, thank you, Trevor, appreciate it. No one has been able to find that about their Hawaii wedding or whatever they did. Yeah. So maybe it's just with them. That would be funny though, because I could see Lori have taken life insurance out on Chad or something, I feel like this light's too bright. I feel like this light's too bright. So yeah, the attorney general. Now, what exactly that means? Do you guys know? I don't really know. I just feel like they know there's something big and this is huge, and that death of Tammy is more than just suspicion now, and that the attorney general is the proper entity or whatever you want to call it to continue and bring that full circle, whatever that means. But I think if there was nothing in the autopsy, if there was no more evidence or anything, I don't think they would do that, right? I feel like they know something. Yeah, a recording between a lawyer and client is definitely confidential. So they recorded it, but they deleted it. Now, I was reading, and you guys might know, I was reading that someone said that when Lori goes to pick up that phone to have that conversation, there's a thing that says you are being recorded. She could have hung up, but she chose to continue and have the conversation, right? And then afterwards, they're flipping out about it. Hi, Jody. Miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi. Maggie, hello. Dana Dane, she's going to use that to her advantage. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that she's so manipulative that she's like, oh yeah, go ahead, record me so I can have that in my back pocket. Maybe, I mean, there was like in that article from East Idaho News, it says they haven't, but they still haven't received the autopsy report. But why would they all of a sudden turn it over to the attorney general if they didn't have something? You think the attorney, the attorney had something to do with recording? Yeah, I feel like they're going to use anything and find ways. Oh, look, let's not complain about that. Maybe somebody gave her a heads up to use that. Possibly. Did anybody get? You know what I want to talk to? Somebody that was released from jail that interacted with Lori. Like, isn't there somebody out there that met her in jail that wants to talk to us? Wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. So yeah, the attorney general thing, I think this next couple weeks is going to get interesting for sure. It's been really quiet. I feel like it's like the calm before the storm kind of thing. I bet the attorney general has the autopsy report and they have evidence to support a conspiracy charge as well as murder. Yeah, right? I mean, there's got to be something. They wouldn't just be like, oh, we're bored of this. Let me just give it to somebody bigger. Who has time for that, right? It has to be something. I feel there's another cult involved. I feel like whoever's involved is in Lori and Chad's circle of cult-minded people. Procedural mistakes are a dream come true for this team. All they are hoping for is getting off on technicalities. Yeah. I mean, people do get off on technicalities, that that was my right. And you took advantage of my rights. And I am entitled to my rights, and that's the law, and you blew it. So guess what? That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm really afraid of. Melanie is culpable. I agree. They said autopsy results can take up to a year. They also don't know what they are looking for. Poison. Malachite. I don't know. That's my theory. Malachite in some form, raw or whatever. The ring is a symbol. That malachite ring is something. There is no way that malachite is anything less than a symbol to her for some reason. She will need to hire a criminal defense attorney once she is charged with murder. Yeah. Do you know that whoever is involved is shutting down Facebook groups? Really, like the regular Facebook groups that we are on about the story? All they have to do is report it a bunch of times and then it gets shut down. Facebook shuts it down. Now I'm telling everybody, but we all know that, right? The ring is symbolic. It has to be. It has to be symbolic. Otherwise, I think she would have had a big ass diamond ring. So I just watched that Gilbert police video. There is a video anywhere of Lori being questioned by Chandler after Charles' death. I know we saw this video with Alex. Yeah, no, there has to be one because they took him to the police station. Lori went, and we haven't seen anything about that at all. Stay-at-home mom, check out Psychic Rev Donna Serafina on YouTube and pull up what she picked up on JJ Tiley. Very interesting. Yeah, people keep talking about that. I glanced at it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I know she says she has readings with members of the Vallow or members of Charles' family and members of Joe Ryan's family, which I find really interesting. But she keeps them anonymous on there. And I don't know if they learned anything. But she does get really descriptive about a place where the bodies could be found. Did they do an autopsy on her brother? Yes, they did. And that's not back yet either. But they got everything they needed and they're still investigating Alex's death. Now, Slade, you seem to think that Alex is alive in a bunker somewhere being hidden and it was a fake death. You told me that the other day. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. Pamela Woosley, Alex and Tammy could have been poisoned with belladonna, which grows on Kauai. Yes, I do. See, Slade believes that Alex is still alive somewhere. Maybe. You never know. This is the weirdest story in the world. Has so many twists and turns. Refry, Annie is talking about Colby and his inconsistencies in his statement. Oh, yeah, I briefly saw that too. I was scrolling while I was waiting on a call to talk to a doctor on Facebook yesterday, and I saw she posted that she said, this is going to be a novel, so I didn't read the whole thing, but she pointed out like a bunch of inconsistencies with Colby. Here's what I think about Colby. I think Colby doesn't know what happened to the kids in the end, but I think Colby knows more or knew more before he started talking, and he's trying not to go back that far. Does that make sense? Like when he was getting money from Tylee, or I don't know. I really think Colby's a victim in this, but I also think he's young. I think his mom has manipulated everybody her entire life. She knows how to manipulate people. Colby's probably easily manipulated by her. And whether he's a married man, he's 23. I have a 21-year-old son and a 28-year-old son, and they're still freak out about stuff all the time and call me and need things and want to know this and that. And, so. And what do I have? 21, 26, 28, and 30, my kids are. Hi, Loose Can. I'm good. How are you? Yeah, what was up with him getting money from Tylee? Yeah, that's weird, right? Why wouldn't Lori had a Venmo account. I have screenshots. I took screenshots before they all closed any of these accounts down. I have a lot of screenshots of everybody's Venmo account. There's a lot of money going back and forth between Colby and Adam and Zach and Lori and Zulema and Alex. I mean, I don't know how much was going back between Zulema and them, but they all have Venmo accounts. And so saying that Lori didn't really know how to use the Venmo is wrong, because she had 2 Venmo accounts. I have screenshots of them. And she definitely sent people money. I got it a long time ago. Why do they need all the money? Because they're greedy. I know Alex was poisoned when they said he was foaming at the mouth. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I mean, he didn't look like somebody that was just, he could have had a heart attack, but I don't think that's not how it would present. First of all, if he had a heart attack. Evil and greedy, exactly. I thought they were safe and among the chosen ones. So they think, but I don't even know if they really believe that. I think they're just full of baloney, Why was Tyler giving Colby money? Well, I think Lori was giving people money all the time. I think Lori was paying Charles's money, whatever, from his business. I think she was always giving her kids money. She gave Colby money. I believe I heard, did you see Kay and Larry's recent interview where they say they were supporting everyone else? They were giving everyone else money. I believe they were also supporting Lori's parents, from what was insinuated. Belladonna can cause a heart attack, as in Mr. Ryan. Ooh, Belladonna. Okay, we'll look into that one for sure. So that's the one on Kauai, Pam, right? Okay. I felt Alex was killed because he couldn't pay him for killing Charles because life insurance was his sister. Yeah. I think there was some money agreement. You kill him and I'll give you this much out of the life insurance. It's $1 million, Alex. I'll give you, 300,000 money for cult and her anti-government family. Yeah, her family. People always just say, like, where's Lori's family? Where's Lori's family? They're just as bad as Lori. Who knows what other shady crap they've done, I heard they're living with friends, and that, again, we said before, Lori's father pretended he was an attorney. Hi, Kimono Paul. Hi. Hello. Thank you again for your help. Father pretended he was an attorney and was practicing as an attorney when he wasn't an attorney, and did time because of it. Thank you. Maybe that's why she keeps going to Kauai. Yeah, there's something with her in Kauai. She must have been getting widow's benefits from the 2 husbands. Yeah. And how much, and obviously she's getting money from the Social Security that Tylee receives. She's and sending Colby money from Tylee's account is weird, but it's Lori. Parents are crazy. Yeah. Click, click, like y'all. Yes, click, like. Let's see. Okay. So Slade says that Barry Cox is involved in all this. I wouldn't be surprised. He's obviously a criminal. And they're all, the whole bunch of them are wacky. What is her mom like? Her mom is named Janice. I should do a deep dive on her family members, because people are always really curious, especially when it's a little slow. Maybe I still have my Ancestry account. I can look some stuff up and see what I can find, like when they were married and this and that, the one baby died. They had a baby that died very young. So Lori has a sibling that died as a newborn. And then her sister Stacy died. So maybe a Cox family review or deep dive. You think so, Rhea? Okay. Love a video on the Vallow family. Yeah. Not a lot of info. And I'm sure it's there. There's so much to do with the story that it's hard to find everything. And people have sent me stuff about the Cox family and the arrest and all that crap. And even Alex's name is involved in their embezzlement or whatever it was that they did illegally. I think both Melanies are talking to law enforcement too. Yeah, I do too. Well, yeah, I think Ian's Melanie probably is starting to think that she's going to get really behind bars like Lori if she doesn't. I mean, she should. Obviously, she's brainwashed in the whole damn thing with Aunt Lori, but she's not innocent. I think she knows a lot. I tried Googling about her parents and still didn't find much. A video would be great. Yeah, I'll see what I can find. Yes. Oh no. Is there another Cox brother besides Adam and Alex? I don't think so. I think they were the only boys, and then Summer, Lori, Stacy, and a newborn that died. That was a girl. Okay, I can't believe there's nothing about their parents. They do not believe in the government. Yeah, they're really anti-government people from everything we've read. So maybe a little family tree, whatever I can find. Did you guys see, I did a video on Gannon. Did anybody see that? I did like the whole, from the beginning till now. There's a beautiful, heartbreaking video montage that his dad put on the church, from the church presented to him or something about Gannon. So I did that, reaching out a little bit while it's slow. Also working on, somebody asked me to do the Dulce little girl, missing little girl. So I'll work on that too. And then, oh, thank you, Pamela. Yeah, Gannon, I've been watching the Gannon story. There was a lot of coverage out there. Did you refer? It was, and then, me as a OB nurse talking about Gannon. Thank you, Lindsay. Knowing that he was 1.5 pounds, I think about those little babies that I was there and delivered, and what's their life like? You never know. You don't know down the road. Like, did these kids grow up to be normal kids? How did they do? When you hold their mommy's hand while she's delivering them, scareder than poo, and hear what happened in the end would be nice. But then to know what happened to Gannon is just terrible. I mean, obviously, even Colby Bryant's little girl was delivered on my unit when I was in Southern California. And I remember that day that she was born, and then she got killed in the helicopter. It's like, not that she thinks she's insane, but this is not in any way normal. Yeah, I'm curious about something. How did T kill Gannon when the camera shows he did not return with T? The defense will have a heyday about that. So somehow there's on the thing, their back doors opened and closed like 10 times that day on their ADT monitor. They think that Gannon was killed about 2:14. She came home on 2:19. So I'm thinking they know more about, somehow she got him in a different way, came back with him in a different way. I don't know. That you're right, because that's interesting, showing her evidence of her coming back at 2:19, and they're saying that but then I read something else that said that they believe he was killed somewhere between 2 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. So Pamela, my son was 2 months early, had toxemia, is 40 now. Yeah, and toxemia is life-threatening for you and the baby, which is now called preeclampsia. And I've had patients die of preeclampsia. So very scary stuff. And you must have been really sick to have them deliver you early, at 2 months early. So you must have had it bad. HELP syndrome. It becomes HELP syndrome. And babies have to be born. I've had patients that had it so bad that they had to deliver them at like 24 weeks, which is, when I started in OB, 24 weekers barely ever made it, and that was only 20 years ago. Where are the kids? Yeah. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? I love it when Larry and Kay are interviewed and they're just like, where are the kids? Like, for crying out freaking loud. But how he was killed in the house, when the video shows him leaving with T, but not coming back with T, that keeps bothering me. Yeah, I know. It does. It's weird. But they got his blood in the house. She cleaned up blood. They found his body. But she's blaming this Eduardo dude. T. If you guys aren't following Letitia, the video I put up is it's a little long. It's an hour. You can fast forward through some of it. Some of it is just like that video, that montage. If you don't want to cry, you can fast forward. It's beautiful, though. It's from the time Gannon was born as a premature baby all the way up until, most recent. And if you're not familiar with the story, because this channel has been completely focused on the Lori Vallow case, and will continue to be, but there's other cases out there that people are interested in. And some people like my style. So Connie, my flipping life. Hello, I am new to your channel, first time watching live. Well, welcome. We do this every Saturday morning at 10:30 Pacific time. And I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. And then I have done some lives when something crazy happens, like out of the blue, if something happens in the week, like if Chad gets arrested, we'll go live. Or they find the kids, we'll go live. But consistently every Saturday morning, we have our little chit chat. And some people come on here and say too much chit chat, but my style with the live is to talk to you guys. That's why I'm here for live. I can record it otherwise. Yeah. Gay Alex. Yeah, apparently Alex is gay. Did you guys know that? He says that in that video, and some other people have pointed stuff out about him being gay. For Gannon, they do have physical and digital evidence, but timing is still sketchy and will need to be proved. It is an assumption. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. But freaking crazy. That lady is evil. Her and Lori should share a cell together. Maybe they could rat each other out. Mama D, my friends. He's not gay. He says he's gay in that stand-up, though. He's like, make me wish I was straight. I don't know. Like, who cares? Like, if he's gay or not, whatever. But what's interesting is if he is, why would he marry Zulema? Right? If it was a legit marriage, right? My gay friends are like, ew, women. No. I like your friend, but no. Believe me, I have a lot of gay friends. Yeah, he did. He married Zulema right before he died. Lenextra, okay. I think I need glasses. You love my podcast? Thank you. And those people that are listening on the podcast for the podcast platform, I am so behind on uploading because people started complaining about the blanks, because you guys are watching video when there's me not talking, and they're not. So they're like, too many blank spaces. So I have to go back and each one, and I wanted to just upload them all, but then the complainers out there didn't like that. Did you know Armchair Detective is gay? No, I didn't. That wedding was staged. Maybe just a joke. Maybe, yeah. The other thing that bothers me is how people keep saying T moved the body over several days, but we all know what happens to a body within a day after death. What do you make of that? Yeah, I know. But how? I think she might have had help. Do you think she could have had help? Is there a way she had help? Anyone see Alex do stand-up? He's actually kind of funny. We've seen the clips, not a whole thing about him. AD is gay, but he has an ex-wife and children. Oh, okay. So my first career was flight attendant, and I started in 1984. Right after that, the AIDS epidemic happened, right? And flight attendants, well, probably 60 to 70% of the guys that I flew with that were flight attendant guys were gay. And there were many of them, because what happens on a layover stays on a layover, but I'm telling you now. Many of them were gay, but they had families, and they used their layovers to have their rendezvous with their gay friends, and they could fly. They could fly buddies together. If they were a couple, and stay together. So Venus rising. I'm just sitting here listening and coloring. Okay, coloring is cool. He was shoved in a suitcase. She obviously had something to do, awful things to get in there. Who is Alex? Six Hedgehog. Okay, Alex is Lori Vallow's brother. And Lori Vallow's brother is Alex, and he is dead. And we believe that he had a lot to do with the deaths and the disappearance of the Vallow kids, and JJ and Tylee. And Alex is dead. And speculation is that Lori was supposed to pay Alex a big lump of money for his help with killing people. And then she didn't get the money from Charles. His sister got it. And so she offed him. That's pretty much Alex in a nutshell. Yeah. Okay. So Alex married Zulema because they were all being matched with believers. Yeah. So you have to match people that were what Lori said. Lori was able to gather. Lori's a gatherer. She's a gatherer. Lori's a gatherer. So Lori was able to gather the 144,000. Just happened that they were her friends and family that are part of the 144,000. Good news. Like she did, if you saw the Dateline episode, she tells April, good news, you're one of the 144,000. And April says, well, yeah, no thanks. Does anyone know what time of day it was when Tammy got shot at? It's probably out there. Sounds like it was midday sometime. She said she was coming home, or maybe after work sometime. Because she said she was unloading stuff from the back of her car, like groceries or something. Yeah, how the detectives are zombies. Like everybody Lori comes in contact with, it's just a complete coincidence that if she doesn't like them, they're a zombie. And if she likes them, they get to be one of the 144,000. There's no early evening. Okay. We think it was early evening. So Lori's arranged for Alex and Zulema to be together. That's what we're thinking. And it makes sense. And Zulema is part of this insanity, because even when Melanie went to court for Brandon, there was Zulema, months after Alex is dead, she's escorting Melanie. And I feel like they're trying to keep Melanie quiet. I really do. I feel like they don't want Melanie to talk. The shooter ran behind the house. Why did anyone go after him or try to see where he went? Yeah, I know, weird, right? If Chad's her husband, why wouldn't he run? Somebody just shot him with a paintball gun and he went that way. Boom, run, potato boy, go. Maybe he can't run. I don't know. Yeah, Zulema is a big chunk in this. Linda broke down all the fake letter to Chad from Charles. It says it may have been code. Probably. They spoke in code. There's a lot of code going on with those people. But it's also stupid. If you just read it at face value, it's like, hey, and it was for Tammy's benefit. Because obviously, Chad had told Tammy that he had these people in Arizona that he could stay with that were part of, the Preparing the People conference, and that Chad wanted Tammy to believe that the husband was cool with it, that he was just his, acquaintance too, and he was going to help him write this book. And that, I believe, basically that letter was for Tammy to believe that when Chatty Boy was down to Arizona to have his little time with Lori, she didn't know that Charles and Lori were separated, and it's just a big thing. Yeah, Linda from It's a Crime, that's who they're talking about. Yeah. Does Lori have a jail tattoo yet? Well, she got jail makeup, right? Potato boy, yeah. I didn't make that up, but I love it. I love the potato boy thing. Idaho potato boy. He looks like a potato. Well, he did. I wonder what he's looking like now. Has anybody seen anything? Has he been out and about? Anybody got kind of pictures of Chad lately? Is he gaining back his, how's his hair? Did he change it back to, or is he still, did he gain his weight back? Like, she had him kind of dialed in a little bit better. I'm glad Tammy reported that paintball shooting police. Yeah, I think that's going to be a big circumstantial evidence, of some sort. Spud dud. Jail lipstick. Oh, her lipstick was horrendous. I think Dumbbell's hiding. If Chad is smart, he will run. Yeah, he'll throw her under the bus if he's smart, right? Perfect couple. Chad digs the graves and Lori fills them. Pretty much. They're actually YouTube videos of jailhouse makeup and what they use for makeup. Yeah, someone was telling me that. I'm like, I don't know how people know this, but somebody was telling that they can use like Kool-Aid. They use different things they use for jailhouse makeup. There's a new pic on your private Facebook page of Chad out and about. Oh, really? I have to look. I just wanted the trial to start. Getting tired of the theories, even my own. I know, right? Like, come on. The legal system is so slow. It makes me crazy. I'm an instant gratification person. Like, okay, the murder charges to come. I want okay, so I don't understand because T got arrested before they found a body, right? And charged with murder. They haven't found the kids. I guess they don't have any physical evidence that says they're not alive because I'm making another video on the Florida man. I don't know if you heard of it. It'll be up today because it's almost done. But this Florida guy last week made up all these lies and text from his wife's phone, apparently, because it wasn't her, and got arrested for murder. And he's in jail now, waiting to be extradited back to Florida. But he was texting, or people were receiving texts from her phone saying that, hi, her name is Gretchen. I have COVID-19. I'm in the hospital. Oh, hi, I'm being transferred. The CDC is taking me to this special place right now. Oh, hi, I'm on a ventilator with COVID-19. Turns out he killed her. They don't have her body yet. So, like, come on, can't we charge Lori with something more than hiding kids at this point? I mean, I want the kids to be alive, but for crying out loud, it's April. We've gone all the way from fall through winter and spring now. I mean, it's going to be summer. You saw my video on Julie Rowe because she contradicts herself constantly, right? Theory: T might be lying to cover up what she really did. Dropped Gannon off with a pedophile. Maybe that is how he got to Florida. Maybe. But what about the blood? Like, lots of blood. Thank you, Ria. Yeah, like button, guys, if you can. That would be awesome. Apparently, you have to close the chat, hit the like, and then open it. Oh, Jay for Justice last night. Yeah, I heard that. I'll have to look at that. So I got off work at like 5. I immediately turned around and started working on videos for you guys for Left Undone. And then I was like super tired at 1 o'clock, I think 1 a.m. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to sleep. And this morning, my dog was like, what the hell, lady? You were supposed to feed me 2 hours ago. Like, she's like, don't be sleeping longer than you're supposed to. My stomach is hungry. So I haven't watched that. I'll have to watch that Julie Rowe one. I thought the Jay for Justice interview with Julie was disgusting. Oh, I'm going to have to watch this. Julie Rowe is a crackhead. I mean, maybe not really a crackhead, but she's a crackhead. She acted like she was friends with her. Oh my goodness. Zab girl, she did an interview with Julie, and then Jay for Justice. Maybe Julie will come bless us with her presence at some point, huh? Although I couldn't be that. I couldn't be that. I don't know. I'm just too real. I can't. I mean, I would be nice, but I think I'd try to call her on her bullshit a little bit, right? I don't know how Jay for Justice did it though. I will have to look. I know. Julie Rowe. I mean, she's just, honestly, I feel like Julie Rowe is out for Julie Rowe, as always. Zavani. Hi. Julie Rowe is such a headache. I know, right? I'm going to have to watch now. I know. It's like a train wreck, though. All this stuff, like, oh, gosh, you told me something. I better watch, even though I can't stand the woman. I mean, I don't know her personally, but after research, and Mark Means is basically injury lawyer, no trial experience, will use a retainer. Yep. I'm not familiar with Julie Rowe. Julie Rowe is an author, and her and Chad was her publisher. And she also has these same experiences, Chad, near-death experiences, and they can see on the other side of the veil, and they can communicate with the spirit world. And Julie Rowe writes books talking about her, and she says she's a prophet. And so she has changed her story. She was saying, they did not hurt those children. I know for a fact. And now she's come full circle where she's like, Chad is, she's all anti-Chad. So she's a big fat liar is what she is. And she's not a prophet. And she says she's an energy healer, and people believe her. If you go look on her page and look at the comments, there's people that love Julie Rowe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's like, they've had her on the news and stuff, of clips of her in her car. She's always in her car. Julie Rowe doesn't have an office. Who had the dream Chad's wife would die young first, Chad or Julie? I don't know, because here's the thing. Julie brings that up, and she's like, and Chad told me, I've had this dream that Tammy's going to die. And then Julie says, and I told him, I've had the same dream about Tammy dying. Oh my, we both had the same vision. So I think Julie made it up. I think maybe Chad had the dream because he was planning it at some point in his future. And then Julie Rowe just jumped on. Yeah, me too. Me too. I had that dream. Me too. You know how people, like certain people are like, oh yeah, me too. Oh yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel. Oh yeah, I'm a nurse. But I'm not. No, I am. Even though I've been accused of not being a nurse on this channel. It's weird, the weirdest things that come out in the world. But thankfully, 99.9% of everybody that follows my channel that I've interacted with are awesome. And when somebody's nasty, I call them out. So, and then hopefully they go away. I know people are like, just ignore the nasty. Like somebody yesterday. Okay. Am I good? I think my thing went in weird. I think yesterday somebody told me that my voice was annoying on, probably somebody that's never watched my videos before. And I was like, what? Why do you take the time to watch it, number one, if you don't like my voice, and then make a comment, a mean comment, like one comment? Yeah. Some people are just very disappointing. Like, be kind. Why are people selling their houses and moving their families to Idaho following Chad? Because Chad said it's like a safe zone there of some sort, or people, and they believe that if they're there, me too, Mona. That's where I'm from. Originally. Oh, thank you. God gave me this voice. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. I can't sing. I won't sing for you. Then if I sing and you tell me I have a bad voice, then I'll agree with you, because I've heard myself sing. Thank you, Missy. Bunkers are closer. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rob. Bunkers are closer to Idaho, Slade. Oh, thank you, Eleni. Eleni, I have a bunch of cousins named Eleni. It's a family name for sure. Thank you, guys. Chad Daybell has other people scared and brainwashed and living in fear. Yeah. And I think there's people that know that are shutting up. You know what's really sad? Okay, so the video I'm going to put out today about the lady in Florida, the neighbors actually heard her blood curdling scream and yelling and saying, "It hurts, stop." Jen called police. So it's really sad to me when people turn their back, like how many people out there actually know something about Lori that aren't talking, right? You almost missed my live, Marie. 10:30. Although I wasn't here till like 10:38 today because I moved to a different room and I was trying to get rid of this stupid shadow behind me, but it's not quite the setup. I'm gonna have to like, instead of moving all over my house, the chickens are in my office now, and we've had them for a week, the baby chickens, and they got heat lamps on them, and it's like 80 degrees yesterday outside, and my office was killing me. So the chickens need to get in their coop pretty soon. But so I'm not in there today because you guys would hear that beep, 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 beep. And then out there in the living area, the cat keeps, when I was doing it last week, she's all over, like trying to rub up against the computer and everything. So now I'm in here and there's a shadow that I don't like behind me. I'm gonna have to set up a spot with the right lights and everything because that shadow is bugging me. But if it doesn't bother you, I guess it shouldn't bother me, right? But and then they said, yeah, hi, Katie K. And they said, okay, we will consider reducing Lori's bond. The prosecutor said, we will agree to it if she produces the kids. Well, she hasn't done it now, and she hasn't produced them. Why? I mean, yeah, for a bond reduction, she might want to, but can she produce the kids? That's what I'm concerned about. Can she produce the kids? One way or another. Like produce them alive or produce them dead. Produce them. She knows where they are, right? Lamp lights on either side of camera at face level. Okay. See, I have one right here. I have one right here. I don't have one right here. So maybe if that one was over here, that would work. And then I have a window right there. All these technical things, that you have to figure out to be on a video. If she could, she would. Yeah, I agree. Sharon says because they are dead. I know. Kay and Mr. Wood are still doing missing kids. AD is doing an investigation of. Oh, okay, yeah. So her current. Oh, okay. Is still doing missing kids, and Attorney General is doing investigation in Tammy. Gotcha. Happy Easter. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. I'm glad you love my channel. Yeah, don't do the witch any favors, right? Yeah. I think she does. Poor Tylee is probably in Yellowstone. We know. The last place she was seen. The hardest part about the quarantine thing is thinking all those children out there who are in abusive homes. I know, and they aren't even getting out of it during the day to go to school. And probably the parents or the abusive people are being more abusive because everybody's getting frustrated and losing it, My sister said one lady was sitting at the end. She went for a walk with her kids the other day, and a lady was at the end of her driveway in her neighborhood, one of her neighbors, waving an American flag and asking if they're coming. And she's like, who? And she's like, I'm having a total mental breakdown. I mean, sad, right? And my sister's like, well, do you want me to call 911? And the lady was like, well, I already did that. Can you just call the church? And then my sister called 911 for her. But I think people are losing it. It's hard to be inside all the time, in your home and not get out and about and socialize, darn COVID-19 needs to go away. Not that it ever will, but come on, get a vaccine and let us out. My sister's friend had her and her 3 kids just moved in with her because of violence. It's real. It's real. Domestic violence is a real thing. I have personal experience with it, not from my ex-husband, but from a boyfriend after my ex-husband, and he went to jail. And I, I think I'm a smart person. I think I would never put up with that crap, but I gave him a couple chances, you know. He didn't try to kill me, but who knows what it would have escalated to, right? One child murdered in South Carolina by his mom. Mom released on $15,000 bail. Horrible. Poor children. Like when you listen to Gannon's little voice saying, "Pinky promise," Sarah, I was beat for 6 years and now am with an amazing man. Oh, yay. You got out. As far as domestic violence goes, I told you guys about my friend, my best friend, my very best friend was going to domestic violence counseling, and she went back to her husband and she was leaving him again. And that's when it happens, when you go to leave. And she was found shot in the head. And she's not anybody that I would have ever, no note, no nothing. And she was shot in the right side of the head. And she's left-handed. And I completely do not believe that it was suicide at all. So it's a scary, scary thing, and it's real. And they play mind games with you. And if you're a kind, nice person, they can do it. They know you're committed to your marriage or your relationship or your kids. They keep you without money sometimes. Catherine, just interesting info. Some psychics pointed out number 20, and a fellow did a communication with asking the box thing, 57-second video. He said spirits and got 2 answers. One truck. Somebody was showing me that box thing, right? These people set up these electronic boxes and the spirits can talk through them or something. Abuse is not only violent abuse, it's an abuse not only by male parent. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's plenty of women, there's women that abuse men. I was one time years ago, I was working in an office and this woman came in with her husband. It was a real estate office. And this woman came in with her husband and she was just nasty to him, like so nasty. And the guy had it was so gross. He had cockroaches crawling up his arm. They were just the weirdest people, but she was very abusive to this man. And she was the woman. Spirit box. Okay. That's what it is. Samantha Collins, I disagree with everything you're saying. Okay. I'm saying a lot of stuff. How can you disagree with everything? Can't disagree with the fact that my friend was killed. You can't disagree with the fact that Lori's in jail. You can't disagree with the fact that most people are kind. I think some people just like to have their voice heard on here, or for me to answer their question, which is stupid. Okay. I believe peanut butter does go well with jam, no matter what you say. Okay, who are you? What are you talking about? Troll. Yeah, you guys can get rid of her. I don't care. There she goes. Bye. People. Her name's probably not even Samantha. Catherine, what is your friend's name? I live near Conroe, Texas, and tried to find it the other day. Pam Thomas. Pam Thomas, and her husband's name is Roy Thomas, and he got married very quickly after she died to a woman whose name is Barb Thomas, and they are out there in that area. But Pam, Pam Thomas was her name. So, and she died on April 2nd, 2015. Hi, Susan. So I'm not going to do a call in today because I want to do something different about the call ins. What I want to do is I want you to send me a message to tell me what you want to talk about. Just send me a Facebook message on what you want to talk about, or an email to reapharmony@gmail.com. And we're going to try to, talk. But I want to know what you're going to say before you call. I mean, last week was fine, but it was not really structured. So we'll vet you a little bit for the call in. Thank you, Connie. Who's talking about peanut butter now? Okay. Oh, 300 seconds. Can we time her out for like 900 seconds or the rest of the show? The rest of the podcast? Ignore trolls. Yeah, they want the reaction. Yeah, Bridget, it's a troll talking about it. You like the open chat, Audrey? Me too. I like hearing what you guys have to say. You mean instead of caller? Or we can just do a caller when there's somebody has something really super interesting, like some new information or something maybe. What is PayPal for dollars? It is KATFSHH. So it's PayPal.me/KATFSHH. I think there's a link in my description to it. There's an actual link right to it on the main page of my channel. Susan, we're talking about crime, but Troll came in and started talking about food. 2.5 hours for wine on the East Coast. Woohoo! Wine time for wine. There's actually a channel or something or a podcast called Wine and Crime, and I'm like, dang, I want to be that. But you guys don't want to talk to me when I'm drinking wine. I mean, not that I'm not that I get drunk, but I'll probably we'll go on for hours if I have, something to say when I'm drinking wine. Oh, montage, girl. What are we crying about, Pamela? Oh, yeah. It's 1:30 in Nashville. I've never been to Nashville. I've been almost everywhere in the United States because, sorry, nose itches. I used to work for a domestic airline and I've been almost everywhere. I've never been to Nashville. I want to take a Nashville trip. I'd love to hear it. Names for Chad and commentary on court vids if you're drinking wine. Oh God, right? Because it's going to be more sarcastic than ever, right? If I have a glass or two of wine. Pamela was here. I'm so glad that you were able to. Oh, thank you, Maria. Thank you for the donation. This is easier for me. Stay safe. You are the best. Vallow dumbbell link. Thank you. We need a new name for Lori. Well, I guess because that was Charles' last name. So Loco and Dumbbell, right? Lolo. It's fun there in Nashville, I bet. I work at the Loveless Cafe. When we get back, come see me. Yeah, that'd be fun. We should all have a glass, right? We should do a happy hour live. And everybody that comes has to either pretend they're having a glass of wine or have one. Oh, really? You think it'd be fun to hear my opinion when I'm having a little tipsy? Okay, maybe. Could be fun. We can do a monthly happy hour live. I'll pour my wine and we'll talk. Hector's so information. Yeah, Hector. Then did you see one of the news people tried to go to the door and some woman answered and said, nope, he's not talking to you. Already there, except but you, it seems. Amazing idea. Yes, Dana Dane says yes on the happy hour. All right. I just bought the first summer shandy of the year, and I can't wait till noon. Noon. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. It's almost 12 o'clock here. Have they opened Pamela's case yet? Has anything happened to Barbara? What case is that? Oh, my friend. Sorry. No, and as far as I know, no. I don't know much about her. Um, but Pam, I talked to the detective a year ago again, and he basically just said, "Yeah, I know it's weird. I know there's a lot, but." Because I said, I want you to open this case because I believe it was not a suicide. And the detective just basically was like, sorry, and they won't get all, you know how you get the Freedom of Information Act and request the reports and stuff? They won't give us the whole thing. There's something that they said that they can't give us all of it, which is really weird. Why? If it was a cut and dry suicide, why can't we have all the information? And her husband did go and pick up the gun. You should do a YouTube video on my Pamela friend, to bring attention to people in Texas. Police will reopen the case. Yeah. So I have YouTube. Sorry, I have something in my throat. I have a YouTube. There's a YouTube about it. MJA Investigations they are a pro bono. Where's my water? They're a pro bono investigating team. They have a lot of people that work for them. You can look them up. They have a YouTube channel. It's MJA Investigations. And they actually have been talking to me, and they did a little piece on Pam, and they said that they were going to continue. I haven't heard anything since about December. So I don't like to bug them too much because they are doing stuff for free. But Mary McNinnis, you sent a request to join my group? Cool. Thanks. So I know I have to buy Audrey. It's not even a cough. I just feel like there's like a frog in my throat right here. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, my friend Pam, I mean, it kind of makes me a little nervous because to do one on somebody I personally am invested in, you know, but I really think that people need to know her story. Her parents are on board. They completely believe the same thing I do, you know, but they're elderly. And the only people that I don't feel like are super on board that believe it, but it's always that way, are her children. But look at Chad's kids, you know what I mean? I think adult children don't want to believe the worst. Do you know what I mean? I need some wine for my throat. Yeah, right? My dog, bring it to me. Somebody can bring me my wine. I have coffee still. This is still my first cup of coffee. It's coffee, and then later I'll have some wine. It is Saturday, right? So yeah, I don't know, you guys, like why things happen like this. But since I started really, really, really following true crime, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not as faithful in our justice system as I once was. I think there's a lot of people that get away with stuff, and it's really bothers me. This case really troubles me. The police have listened to her confidential meeting with her attorney. What will happen? I know. I'm scared about that, Susan. I'm definitely scared about that. That the jail, they said they deleted, but I seriously doubt Lori's confessed anything to her attorney, though. I'm sure she's lying to her attorney, too. They're tucked away. I don't want anybody to know. They're trying to take my kids. You should bring a lot to this case. Nancy Grace became much loved because she covered her fiance's case when he was murdered. Yeah, that's true. She did. April 7th is the bail. April 7th is past, Audrey. Here's a good point to talk about. Maybe we've already, but why did they not take Alex in? He's a felon. So why did he have a gun? Apparently, for some reason, he was allowed to have a gun, or so they thought. Somebody looked it up and said, that because it was self-defense, they won't look at Alex and say, oh, you're not supposed to have a gun, because it was self-defense. Like, there's a technicality there that saying it's self-defense, if there's a gun available in self-defense, you're allowed to use it, apparently, even if you're a felon and can't use a gun. So they won't even look at it. That's what I was told. Who told me that? One of you guys did. I think that the attorney is using the recording for a basis for the bail reduction. Yeah. And he had Instagram videos bragging about his gun. Yeah, there was with him and Adam shooting. There's an Instagram video out there. Pam Thomas is in Spring, Texas. She was. They moved to Conroe. Self-defense. He was supposed to be hit by a bat. Didn't look like he was hit. Yeah, I know. I got an away from a bat. He's just like dabbing his head. What do you do? Like, scratch himself so he could bleed a little? Yeah, he did. He was showing off guns. You're right. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, you guys go for it with my friend. I would love it. Give me some more information. I would love to see that happen. You know, my friend Pam, before she died, she told me she was afraid of her husband. I mean, she flat out told me that I am afraid of him. And I said, I didn't say, does he hit you? But I said to her, what does he do? Like, does he throw things? Like, I gave her an out to not say hit her. And she says, yeah. So, and she left him in the fall, got in her car, took her dogs from Texas to California, stayed with her parents, didn't go home, started going to domestic violence classes or counseling, stayed in California, and then he was bugging her. He flew out. He was like, come home. You're crazy. Come home, blah, blah. You need to come home. And so then at the holidays, she decided to go back for Thanksgiving. And she went back for Thanksgiving. And then by April, she was leaving again. She got 200 miles away the 2 nights before she was murdered, in my opinion. And they had a birthday party planned for the grandkids. He told her to get her butt back, that she needed to do this birthday party, and then she could leave. So she drove back, went to his fire station. He's a firefighter in Houston. Went to his fire station and talked to him. He's like, oh, she was all crazy. Well, obviously she had very little sleep and stuff. So whatever, believe him. She said, I'm going to go home and sleep. She went home. She called him. She said, I'm home. I'm going to lay down and go to bed. She laid down and go to bed. That was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And he got off work and he went golfing, because that's what you do when your wife's leaving you. You just go golfing after work. And he went golfing, and then he said he came home at noon, got home about 12, a little after noon, called his friend Kevin, found her dead, apparently, called his friend Kevin, and then I think he took like 14 or 24 minutes before he actually called the police. They come out, they say, oh, it's a suicide. That was it. His friends came, they cleaned up the carpet, they cleaned up the blood, that was it. That was it. That was the end of it. So that's my friend's story. And she's left-handed, very left-handed. From the time we were kids together, I had to, like sit over there, like sit on the right side. Don't sit on that side of me, because our elbows were bumping, because I'm right-handed. So that's her story. So I could do, did the Arizona cops ever ask Lori this? Did you ever think to call 911 after your husband was shot? Right? I mean, knee-jerk reaction for any of us, right? Oh my gosh, 911. Like, would you even hesitate? Kid has to go to school. Sorry, I got to call 911. Like, would you even hesitate? Why would Lori just go in the rental car where I guess JJ was already in and jump in there, send Tylee back in the house, get my purse, and still not call 911? Nothing makes sense with Lori, and I'm very disappointed. I mean, people are like, oh, defend the police department. But I'm really disappointed on the way that was handled. Very disappointed, because I think that if they would have handled it differently, kids wouldn't be gone. You know, a lot of people wouldn't be dead. So that's, that's just sad. Trying to keep up with you guys. Yeah, it was handled wrong. And they said, well, it was never a closed investigation. It was always an open investigation. Okay, but you just drove these people home and they had a pool party. Arizona cops screwed up with Charles and Brandon. Oh yeah. And the whole Brandon thing, like, how can you not have made an arrest in that by now? Yeah, the car. I mean, some police departments are really good and they get on things super fast, but I don't know what's going on in Arizona. I thought Arizona was a pretty, conservative state, right? Like, nobody gets away with crap here kind of state, but apparently they do. I know a lot of people that live in Chandler. I used to live in Tempe and Mesa. They just must not have anything like this that goes on there. It's more like just a nice little town with no crime. Like Phoenix is different, Yeah, the cops had 2 months to lock up Alex Cox before he died. Yeah. They seem to be very laid back, apparently, right? I mean, after another. Shady cops involved in one incident after another. Okay, that's what you mean. Let them believe they could get away with anything, so they continue to escalate. And here we are. Exactly, Mandy, right? Here we are. I wonder how many other people would be gone by now if Lori wasn't behind bars, right? Yeah. And Lori's like, even that one, that one when she's at the car and Charles is laying inside dead, and she's like, oh yeah, neighbors. Hi neighbors, we just moved here for 3 weeks. And then the cop goes to ask her another question, and she's like, and then I think she realized, she goes, no, like, then she goes serious for a second, like, oh crap, I shouldn't be happy right now. Like, it's like she tells her mind, oh shoot, I'm a little too happy right now. Wait, come down a notch. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of slack for having that as my opinion. But it wasn't the rookie cop that told her that. Somebody's like, he was a rookie. The main cop left the room and left the rookie cop in there. But before the main cop left the room, we're talking about the purse incident with Lori. Before the main cop left the room, he told Lori at least 3 or 4 times, I have it all in there, in the video, you don't have to be here. You can do whatever you want. But if he does have the order and you are here, we will have to take you, even if it means with force. But you don't have to stay before the order comes in. Like, he told her. And they're like, well, it's just telling her her rights. Well, you don't have to tell her her rights 16 times. You can say, here's how it works. You don't have to be here. But if the order comes, we have to take you. That's all. That's all he had to say. Not like, well, remember, you don't have to be. You can go. I don't think you're a danger to yourself, lady. I think that you're just fine. I think that cop's an idiot. Jason Mao is Worry Up YouTube channel. Very shady. Oh, Jason Mao's really shady. Really shady. The Jason Mao is my friend connection. What? Maria, Jason Mao's your friend connection. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking you were talking about you. Took me a minute. Yeah, we have a friend. Our friend, we saw our friend. Our friend's a police officer. Our friend, and then the way they tell his story about his it was torn his ligament. What I want to say they said Achilles tendon, but it wasn't. It was his oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart. But they're telling the story about how Jason helps cops now, and they said it was a preconditioned assistant or whatever. um, Melanie Gibb was like, "What?" And Lori's like, "Pre-existing condition, a pre-conditioned assistant, or some." She said some really wacky like thing that made no sense, and she's like, "Oh yeah, wrong words." Like they're not the sharpest tools in the shed, or the brightest crayon in the box, or the shiniest star in the sky. I got people because I said I need a new saying. So now I got some. So yeah, Lori knows our friend. We saw our friend told us, oh yeah, you better go right to the police because Charles took your purse. So we saw. He said, yep, go to the police. Go to the police. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's why they treated Lori so well. They act like they didn't know, but um, Jason used to work for Chandler PD, and then he went to Phoenix. The Arizona cop seems that they did not do a complete investigation with the Brandon Bordeaux. Oh, right? Out of all of those things, you'd think that somebody would have done a better job, right? Between Brandon, Lori's purse, and Charles shooting, but especially Brandon and Charles, you'd think that there would have been a better, more in-depth investigation or more something, or they should have even. I think why didn't they just hold Alex? He said he shot it. Why didn't you just hold him? They had every right to hold him for at least 24 hours, right? I would think. Okay, just go home. We'll drive you back. And then they're talking about, yeah. Somebody knows something. I agree. But she took all his money, 35,000. But she cries to cops about her lip gloss. I know, right? And she did. Lori got in Charles' business account and wiped it out and took the money. And he couldn't pay his employees, apparently. Yeah. Mistakes can you make? It almost, or it starts to look like they're all in this together. Bros watching out for bros. And that's what I think happened to my friend. I think the police department knew he was a captain at a fire department, and they're like, well, he's not a danger to society, really. Why are we going to dirty up our town by saying that one of our fire captains killed his wife? Why don't we just look the other way and not even check on more information, right? Because there's a bro code, right? There's a I mean, even in the medical field, we do it not to crime, not that I know of, but my if I go in there where I work to have a baby, which I wouldn't do at this point, but I used to work in labor and delivery, I would get good treatment. We made sure, like when my sister had a baby, we made sure she got one of the best rooms. When my daughter did, best room, and that's where I used to work. So there's special treatment sometimes. And I actually picked her nurse. I'm like, who's here? Okay, want that to be her nurse. We're waiting, So the three couples married at the same time. Yes, they were on to the next. Yeah. And then everybody says, and they say, a lot of people say, at 2:39, a Manny came into chat and said something nasty about you. I asked subs to intervene, but they haven't been visible since 2:40. Manny went off on me, and I'm not having it. Pamela in here? Okay, where you guys, Maria and Jessica, apparently somebody was being nasty to Pamela named Manny in here. They come back, or if they're here, that's not cool. Ria, Alex, get rid of that person right now. Ria and Jessica. Um, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Right above your comment, Rhea. Get rid of that person. We do our best as nurses. Great, Catherine, just Julie, BSN, MSN. Yes, we do. We do our best. It's a scary world right now. I feel a little guilty about not working bedside right now. Chickens be tripping can go. We got trolls, girls. ALEQ, Rhea. And down below, you chicken be tripping. Get rid of them. Freaking weirdos on here. There's the other one. Okay. We are all brainstorming. If you are not adult enough to think outside the box, you're on the wrong channel. Exactly. That's what we do. We speculate, we talk, we say this or that. You know, some people are going to have different opinions. I got them, Rhea. I removed them, but they might come back. He said it at 2:39. So 11:39 my time would be 2:39 East Coast time on the chat. Oh my goodness, here's another one. All right. I don't know if I'm supposed to remove these comment. I think I'm just removing comments. I'm sort of removing the people. I want to remove those trolls. Alex changed his last week. Are you guys hopefully all staying in and staying well and not going crazy from being locked up for the coronavirus right now in our homes? We're a minute. We're an hour and 23 minutes in. So does anybody have anything else? Oh shoot, I think something happened here. Go down to the bottom. Oh yeah. People have nothing better to do, right? Don't even read that stuff. One Muppet likes good content. Name was Manny. Okay. Taking us off the subject. Not nice, Catherine, is our beloved family. Remove those folks. Yeah, go away. So I know it's really the homeschooling has to be so hard. I can't imagine, you guys. When my kids were little, I would have lost my mind trying to homeschool the four of them. Oh my goodness, it would have been a nightmare. First of all, I had a rotten teenager. One of them was rotten. He would have just ran out the door and went and found his friends. Like, he was rotten. He's very good now, but he was a rotten teenager. I have a really good one. Of my kids was super good, super out there doing missions, going to Africa to work in orphanages, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I had another kid that was like, and they're from the same parents. They were raised the same way. And he was completely out of control as a teenager, you know, would steal stuff, would sneak out. I'd get a call from the police. Your son's at 7-Eleven. I'm like, why do you go to 7-Eleven after curfew? Because number one, you shouldn't be out at all. But number two, the police go to 7-Eleven for their coffee, dummy. So I've raised all kinds of kids, and I can't imagine homeschooling those kids. Oh my goodness. Yes, healthcare workers and teachers are awesome. Everybody appreciates teachers big time now, right? I'm confused because Lori's nanny said she didn't see Tylee, but at the same time, she came in to make food or something. So where did Tylee live? I never heard that. I didn't hear Tylee came in to make food. The only thing I know about the nanny or the babysitter was that they were there on the 19th, and Tylee hadn't been seen. Were they there before Tylee disappeared too? Did she use them before? But Tylee would have been in charge of JJ, right? I don't Lori get a babysitter. There's a name on the witness list that we believe is the babysitter. Yeah, they should have interviewed Tylee alone. You know, that whole thing with the purse thing, why wouldn't they just take Lori in there herself? Like, why did they just go, oh, Melanie can come and Tylee can come? And then, as well as at the car when Charles was shot, they should have moved Lori over to the other side of the street and talked to her privately. And then, you know, right? Alex's name in Google brings up died in his own feces. What a legacy. Oh, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Well, you know, he was kind of a shithead. I mean, following orders from Lori, right? You know, it's too bad. Well, it's, you know, Alex was an idiot. That's all I can say. Yeah. What about the argument for Lori and Alex in the street before Charles was murdered? Wonder if there's more to it. Yeah, I read something that Annie posted, Annie Cushing, about that argument. And apparently, one thing that Lori was really, really anti is about homosexuality. And she seems to think that the argument, because Lori apparently said you're a disgrace to our whole family or something like that. She seems to think that Lori found out that Alex was gay. That's just what she wrote. I have no idea. That's why the new stepson did not want to perform CPR. He's like, yeah, there's feces and I'm having anxiety now. And that kid has to get PTSD from that whole experience. I'll tell you that probably. Another symptom of belladonna poisoning. I'm belladonna. I'm going to look that up. She said it's a plant that grows wild on Kauai. Mandy, you think Lori used Alex's sexuality to manipulate him? Alex wasn't gay when Lori was around. That 911 call seems coached by Alex's new wife. Yeah, there's just something to the whole thing. It's a flower. Okay. Belladonna. Belladonna is a poison flower that Pamela thinks may have been the poison used. Maybe that's why she married in Kauai. That's another symbol, you know? Everything is symbolic with Lori. Maybe they killed somebody with malachite, somebody with belladonna. I know. He does not sound mature at all on the 911 call. He's very, like, spit it out, right? Isn't there a medicine called belladonna for stomach issues? I don't know. Her son was coached while Zalima stood by. Includes dilated pupils, sensitivity to light, blurred vision, tachycardia, loss of balance, staggering, headache, rash, flushing. But it goes in a lot of places in the continental USA also, Mandy says, okay. Severely dry mouth and throat, slurred speech, urinary retention, constipation, confusion, hallucinations, delirium, and convulsions. Sounds like what he had, right? And then his bowels went. I agree. Yes. Belladonna is used medically as well. What's it used for? Is it for stomach issues? I don't even know it. Tammy Daybell was sick the week before she passed away. They attempted something before and it didn't work. What was she sick with? Coronavirus? They do say that they think coronavirus was here in the US before we ever started testing for it. They said it was a really bad flu season. I think I had it. I mean, I don't know, but I got really, really sick. After I flew back, I went through San Francisco airport, which is where a lot of flights come in from China. And on the first week of January, and by 2 weeks in, I had a virus like I never had before. I was so sick. The fever was horrible. I can't even tell you the last time I had a fever, probably 20 years. And I was, coughing. If you go back, one of my videos, you can hear it, is when I was just getting over it. It was like January 18th or something. And I was having like total fever and night sweats and bad cough. And, and then as it was going away, I got super congested. I don't know. I want the antibody test though, because I want to know if I'm allowed to go out. I think all of us should get antibody tests so we can see if we're immune to it, so we can be released back into the wild. Who knows? You can't trust what Chad says. Maybe arsenic. Yeah. Jensen's on the right. Sick with chatty boy. Slow poisoning, I bet. I wondered if Lori went to Arizona and poisoned Alex. I thought Tammy was healthy until a cough that night. Yeah, that's what I've heard, both things. I don't know. We read so much stuff on social media that some things are just rumor and some things aren't. As you know, I'm not like telling you anything you don't know. It also causes diarrhea and heart arrhythmia. Yeah. So the arrhythmia would put his heart into cardiac arrest, and the diarrhea makes sense. Scopolamine derived from belladonna. Is it? Scopolamine. Oh, yeah. Because you get blurry of your dry eyes and stuff with scopolamine. I love every time I go on a boat, I get a scopolamine patch because I get seasick. And I also think it helps with hangovers a little bit, because when I went on cruises, probably drank more than I normally do, and I felt fine. It does make you a little tired, but it's a little patch you put behind your ear. So I didn't know it was derived from belladonna. I had no idea. See, my nurse people are pretty darn smart out there in the world here. If you were sick with it back then, the virus has mutated since then, so you wouldn't be immune to this new strain anyway. Yeah, but did you read that they believe California has herd immunity from it because it was here they believe it was here back in the fall. So they believe it has herd immunity. But the problem with viruses is they do mutate. That's why a lot of viruses, like norovirus, that's the stomach flu one, you can get it over and over again because it mutates. So it is true. A lot of viruses mutate. Hi, Loose Can. Stay safe, Kath, Ria, Dells, and everyone else. Yes, we are. We will. We're staying safe. Sharon, I think I had it in January. I coughed so much. It sounded so bad. I thought I'd broken my ribs. Yeah. My daughter, when she was pregnant, she had bronchitis so bad she did break a rib. You can do that. Oh, Sharon, you live in North Carolina? All right. I know we're all home, so we're like, oh, we can just talk forever, right? Because what else are we going to do these days besides drink wine or make videos? Yes, guys, it's easy to put things together online, but state to state and even city to city is pretty broken down. Can you imagine Lori going in and them not believing her during #MeToo? Right? Totally. Had a fever 103, but don't feel bad, just achy. You right now, Julie, you're sick? Bye, Kimona. Thank you. Mary Minkins, you're loving this? Okay, cool. Audrey, April 17th is hearing for Bell. Oh, April 17th. Okay. Watch Tiger King. Oh my gosh. Now, some people are like, Kathy, why do you like that so much? I'm like, Tiger King to me is fascinating. Like, it is some crazy stuff on Netflix. I binge watched it 2 Sundays ago. All day, watched the whole thing. And one of my friends who's a police officer, he's like, Kathy, you need to get your people, your subscribers, and find out what happened to Carol's husband because she killed him. And I'm like, oh yeah, we'll do it when we have time, right? Because the whole thing is just so wacky. Oh, Marie, Dawn, you took belladonna for IBS. So yeah, I guess, like any drug in small doses, it's probably, yeah, Mandy, Tiger King is a true crime enthusiast's dream. And Fox is having a special, or did I post it on the Facebook group? There's another one coming up, another documentary about Tiger King, like next week, I think. There's a channel that has a big documentary on it. I'm gonna watch. Those people are so wacky. Like, first of all, one thing that got me was when the one person's arm got eaten off by the oh, were you, Margie? About Carol's husband? Yeah, and they don't really, Bridget, they don't really focus on any kind of animal abuse as much as the people. The people are their enemies. Like, they have a war with each other going on. So the thing that the one girl's arm got bitten by the tiger, and then he's like, oh my God, this is gonna shut us down, Exotic Joe, blah, blah, blah. It's on Netflix. And she's like, goes to the hospital, and yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mandy. So she goes to the hospital after arm gets bit off, or bit really bad. And she said she could still use it. Like, she picked up a pen and used it, but the doctor told her, well, we can save your arm. It's going to take months and months and months of therapy and surgeries, or, we can amputate it. And she was like, amputate it. I'm going back to work. I want to go back to work. It was just weird. I mean, she seemed very nice and stuff, but the thought process on, yeah, just take my arm. I'm not gonna let this thing beat me. It's a good one. If you haven't watched Tiger King, like I said, I have some friends and some people are like, I just can't get into it. But if you are like us in this whole crime interest, it's true crime gone wild. Like, seriously. Joe Exotic is totally crazy, but Carol, yeah, she killed her husband. I mean, come on. Like, seriously. Joe Exotic is a wackadoodle. But I think he was just a mouthy guy, like mouthy, and calling her out on that. But Carol, you guys gotta watch it. Carol Baskin. So, The Trials of Gabriel Hernandez is heart-wrenching. I wish I hadn't seen that. I didn't watch it. I started to. It sounds, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, tough cookie, just take my arm. Yeah. Self-identifies as male. Oh, the person, the girl with the arm. Okay. I can't keep it right. I wouldn't think anyone would be thinking straight after the arm injury, right? Yeah, I would think, let's just give you a little more time, right? All that's just in the first 3 episodes. If even spoilers, yeah, right? Carol comes across very weird and scary to me. Yeah. And the thing about Carol is, like, she wouldn't pay anybody to work there. Oh, they're all volunteers, And Joe was paying people like minimum nothing and rotten food. You guys have to watch it. But Carol would be a good one to kind of get a little more in depth on, because there's something to her and her missing husband. I watch a lot of online trials. Yeah, she's weird. Cost of rebuilding hand would be astronomical with no insurance. Yeah, but she wouldn't have to pay for it. Right? I mean, if you don't have the money, you're not going to have to pay for it. I work for insurance company, medical insurance company. The Doc Antle's harem, free laboring women, they're all interesting to say the least. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one either. Oops. Some have broken my heart. Others have made me mad. Yeah. I know. There's so many out there, the crime documentaries. Julie, love you, Catherine. Gonna rest, can breathe, but I can breathe, but feel tired. 103. Just stay. You know what to do. Hydrate, rest, do everything. Don't take ibuprofen though. I heard that ibuprofen and coronavirus do not. I wish you would collaborate with Scott Rice. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Has the guy with the ponytail on Tiger King. He's the guy with the ponytail on Tiger King. Oh. Oh, really? Huh. Yeah. I know Julia didn't, you guys, like, the thing is like, if you can breathe, the best thing to do if you do have symptoms of coronavirus is just to do what you would do anytime you're sick. But really have people watch you, because if you start getting like disoriented and stuff, it means you're not getting enough oxygen. And then you're pretty far advanced. So if you can breathe, but hydrate and rest, because our bodies heal when we rest. He has YouTube Crime Talk. Oh, okay. Oh, he's a defense attorney. Okay. Scott. He's good too. I'll have to look at him. I haven't watched he has a channel. Oh, it's Crime Talk. Okay. Yeah, your family's helping. Okay. Be safe, Julie. Wow. Don't make me nervous if I don't see you here next Saturday. You'll be here, right? A lot of people have it and are able to get through it at home. So, he's from Colorado. Okay. Animal people, zoos are special kind. I worked at Aza Zoo for 8 years. It's never the animal's fault. So people there usually blame the handlers. So I can see her going right back. Yeah, right. And it probably wasn't the animal's fault. I'm sure. And it was good that she went right back. But when you put the whole story together, you're just like, wow, it's like his own little cult of people, Joe Exotic. And Carol, she has her cult of people too. They like got their own little animal cult. They're zoo tiger cult people. A&E had shot a pilot episode of Tiger King that never aired because arm incident. A&E called off the deal. Oh, really? Because of the arm thing when they were filming? Because somebody filmed that happening, right? AZA, an accredited zoo. Okay. Tiger King is on Netflix, Audrey. Netflix. You can go binge watch it right now. Netflix, yeah. Carol gave her husband's car and 50 guns to the man that probably killed him. Yeah, you guys got to watch it. Crazy, 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 crazy. All right, I should probably go. This is the longest we've ever gone. And you guys probably have so much to do while you're quarantined, right? I have a garden I made, and I'm going to grow all kinds of vegetables. And now we got these chickens that my son decided we needed, so we'll probably have eggs this year. So we're good, right? I just want this to be better and be gone because my daughter's expecting a baby in the summer. Thank you, Mama. I'm glad they showed about the hand incident. People should not have these animals. I agree. I love your channel. Thank you. I finally caught up alive. Yep. We will be waiting on the next one. Keep up the egg hunt. Yeah. Happy Easter, everybody. And as we stay in Greek, but it's not the Orthodox Easter, Christos Anesti. You can't get any seed or plants there? That stinks. Ham for Easter. I know. I got to work on that. I got to see if somebody else. There's all these like home kind of mom and pop restaurants that are doing like they'll deliver an Easter dinner to you. Happy Easter, Deb. Happy Easter, Dana. I like those emojis, the little tulip and the bunny and the chick and a butterfly. All right, you guys, take care, and I will. I'll talk to you next Saturday for sure. If something happens before that, we'll talk sooner. And if you're here and you're new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe because you'll get alerts when I go live. And that is definitely helpful. There's also links for my Patreon and PayPal and our Facebook group. But answer the questions if you want to join the Facebook group. It's Left Undone. And there's some questions we just want you to answer, okay, to get let in. All right, guys. Happy Easter. Stay safe. And then we'll work on our, once a month, I'll do a happy hour where we can have our wine together, whoever's interested. All right. Bye, Maria. Bye, everybody. Oh, you can still get plants in Ohio? Yeah. I have a whole bunch of seeds that are in packets if somebody really, really wants them. Bye, everybody. Bye, Maria. Bye, guys. All right. Stay safe, stay well, stay in, wash your hands, all that. Take care. Bye.